Augusta Ada Byron, the Countess of Lovelace, was born in London in 1815. Her father was the famous romantic poet Lord Byron, and her parents separated shortly after her birth. Although she never knew her father, who died when she was 8 years old, he indirectly influenced her early life and education. Lord Byron has been described as mad, bad and dangerous to know. So, to prevent her from following in her father's footsteps, Ada's mother encouraged her to study science and mathematics. It was very unusual for girls to study these subjects at that time. Ada was taught at home by a number of prominent people, including Mary Somerville, a Scottish astronomer and mathematician. At the age of 12, Ada wrote a book called Flyology, which explored whether human flight would be possible, describing the anatomy of birds and comparing various materials to build wings. In 1833, she met Cambridge professor Charles Babbage at a party. Babbage was a mathematician who had invented a calculating machine called the difference engine, and he was planning a second, more complicated machine called the analytical engine. Although Babbage was much older, they struck up a friendship, and he arranged for Ada to study advanced mathematics with a professor at the University of London. In 1842, Babbage visited the University of Turin in Italy to deliver a lecture about his machines, and an Italian engineer wrote an article describing Babbage's work. Ada translated the article into English and added her own comments and notes, which ran to almost 3 times the length of the original article. This was published in a scientific journal in 1843, but she was only credited by her initials. In her notes, Ada described a set of repeating instructions for the engine called a looping procedure, which is still used today, making her the world's first computer programmer. She had a deep understanding of the potential of these machines and proposed a science of operations, related to but different from the science of mathematics. She suggested it would be possible to use the machines to produce music or pictures, or explain relationships in the natural world. Ada also believed that the winners of horse races could be predicted mathematically. She loved gambling and lost so much money that she had to pawn her husband's family diamonds. In 1835, Ada married William King, and through him acquired the title of Countess of Lovelace. They had 3 children and socialised with many famous people of the time, including scientist Michael Faraday and writer Charles Dickens. Ada died of cancer in 1852 and asked to be buried next to her father in a small church outside Nottingham. For many years, Ada was an unsung hero, but after more than a century, the true importance of her achievements has been recognised. She is very much part of popular culture, with a programming language named after her, and inspiring many characters in books and films.